Shooting at a firing range. Individual firing ranges may vary in rules and procedures, but all have a clearly designated firing line. Many have a ceasefire line, and all have a downrange area, which is where targets are positioned. The safest available muzzle direction from the firing line is toward the downrange area. Some ranges may require that each person sign in upon arrival. Glasses with side shields are shown here and provide more security than those without. Before entering a firing range, you must equip yourself with proper safety gear. Protection for your eyes and ears is an essential part of range safety. Check the status of the firing line and enter only when it is safe to do so. Whenever a range is in use, someone must be named as the range officer. Upon approval of the range officer, firearms may be brought onto the range and taken to the firing point on the firing line. At this range, a red flag means caution. The range is active. Firearms must only be loaded at the firing line. Ensure safe muzzle direction, and when ready, request that a ceasefire be called. In an emergency, anyone can call a ceasefire and must be obeyed by everyone at the range. The range officer will call a ceasefire.
Ceasefire?
At the ceasefire command, all firing stops at once. Firearms are proved safe. Actions are left open, and all firearms are laid on the mat or table immediately in front of each shooter. Muzzles are pointed in a safe direction downrange. Shooters are required to move back from the firing line and behind the ceasefire line. The range officer inspects each firearm to ensure that each action is open and that all ammunition has been removed. Once satisfied, the range officer exchanges the red flag with a green flag to indicate that the range is inactive.
Line is clear.
At this point, shooters may proceed downrange to change targets. A verbal command to this effect is provided by the range officer. Persons not engaged in changing targets downrange should be well behind the ceasefire line. During a ceasefire, firearms may not be handled under any circumstances. Some ranges have equipment that changes targets automatically. However, most ranges require that you move downrange to manually set up targets. When the downrange area is clear, the range officer will change to the red flag and call the range active. Only then may the firing line be approached and firing begin. As this double-action revolver has left the owner's direct control, it is important for her to follow the vital 4 acts and prove the firearm safe as soon as she comes back in contact with it. Remember to check that the correct ammunition is being used. Once you are comfortable and ready to fire, move the safety to the firing position and align your sights on the target.